Yeah, last night at Reading was the greatest show of my life. I think you agree with that.
Yeah,
Right?
it was a life changer. You know, I kind of woke up today and thought maybe I dreamed it. It was that good.
The best shows are the ones that have a lot riding on it and everything to lose and the complete unknown. Like, you don't know what's going to happen. And all we focused on for 6 months was just making that as bright and brilliant and colorful and wonderful for the audience as we could, and the rest is up to them, you know. So, you know, I remember that last interview we said to each other, I said to you too, like, when the temperature's up for us, like, that's when we shine. And to come out to that reaction and to give Danger Days the proper show that it always deserved, like, that was what was in my head when we were doing the record. Just color and party and danger and, you know, just turn the color up on the world, you know. And such a positive atmosphere. Looking around, and I could tell it was the best for everybody in the band. I would look at everybody in the band, and what is priceless compared to pyro, lights, video, anything you could bring out, like the most priceless thing in the world that speaks volumes is people smiling on stage. Like, you can't, you know, it could cost you $1 million, you know what I mean? You'll never get, but to see everybody smiling and having the best show of their lives that goes further, I think.
Yeah, that was everything we've ever wanted out of a Danger Days show to the T, you know. It was like everything about it, just how everybody played, how much fun everybody was having, you know, all the production elements that we've always wanted for this album.
Our special guest was Brian May, and it was very symbolic. Firstly, because Queen is probably, you know, the greatest or one of the greatest, but influences to My Chemical Romance, especially Black Parade. We would watch the making of Night at the Opera. We would, you know, I know Ray was playing through his type of rig, you know, and there's this story that I wrote an email to Brian, and I said, you guys played a festival in Paris, and the story goes that you got booed off, and Freddie said, well, we're going to come back, we're going to be the biggest band in the world. And so what after happened with us at Reading in 2006, people obviously would ask us every time we were at a festival about it, and they say, would you ever do that again? And I said, no, not unless we're headlining it, not unless we've earned it to close it because of that. And so I told him this whole story. I wrote him this email, and he wrote back, and he goes, I'd love to, tell me more. That was the best way he signed the letter, tell me more. And then we just started talking, and then we went to his house. When we landed, we got off a plane, went to his house, went to his we were jammed out in his house, rehearsed, did a sound check, and everybody at the sound check stopped working. Every crew, every local guy, every security guy, every band that was awake, it was filled with people watching Brian May. And, you know, I had a feeling in my head that morning it flipped in my brain at that moment. It was not, are we ready for this? I almost felt like, is the crowd ready for us? Like, there was like nothing that could defeat us last night. And